A lot of people think they are entrepreneurial, but then they just have creative ideas. And I think the difference between someone who has creative ideas and an entrepreneur is really to also act.
Hi, welcome.
This is Tech Leap's All In. In 7 episodes, we explore the personal entrepreneurial journey of scale-up founders and leaders. In this episode, we talk about the why of companies. What is the meaning of it all? First question for you is, are you an entrepreneur and have you always been one?
Currently, yeah, I am what you would call an entrepreneur.
And as a child?
No, as a child, I was very early on. I always told my parents I was going to be a farmer.
I think in my mind, I've always been an entrepreneur, but I didn't start out on a traditional entrepreneurial journey. In preparation of this interview, I was reading back my report cards, and it always states like she's a very entrepreneurial girl. She really questioned why things are here or how they came to be. And I think that's always been in my DNA.
Yes, well, definitely, because I already run the company together with my business partner for 8 years. But also before that, we had several other initiatives, small businesses. Actually, we tried everything in the range of entrepreneurship.
It depends. It's not always been my drive in being an entrepreneur. And for me, the definition therefore, what is an entrepreneur? Like a founder of a company, trying something new and having impact with innovation. I try to be that, but it's all in the definition.
I think I am, yes. I realized that when I was in college, when I taught myself Windows programming by creating a card game. And this was something I did as a hobby as a student. But after a while, I started receiving checks from American consumers. And that kind of got me thinking, oh, this is actually pretty cool.
For me, it was a very conscious choice. Not so much I want to be an entrepreneur, but I want to support taking animals out of our food system.
Are you an entrepreneur?
No, I'm not. And it's actually funny when I get that question more often.
I think when I started Swapfeeds, I wouldn't say that I was an entrepreneur. 7 years into the game, I would say definitely yes.
If you are the CEO of a company or lead a company, people more or less assume, oh, then probably you're the entrepreneur and the founder. And most often I'm not. I'm actually the lady that comes in the phase when scaling is needed.
A lot of people think they are entrepreneurial, but then they just have creative ideas. And I think the difference between someone who has creative ideas and an entrepreneur is really to also act towards it. So the first step to become an entrepreneur is to do it, to start to act towards your vision, to your ideas, and to bring it into practice.
And what is your mission?
Our mission is to satisfy the world's appetite for meat without harming people, animals, or the planet. And that sounds big and lofty, but I think it's necessary.
Bring better food available to the many.
First thing people see is like, okay, we generate photorealistic human models, but it actually solves a lot more than just that. So looking from like the current state of the fashion industry, it's very one-sided. If you look at most e-commerce stores, is going to be one type of model.
So to rephrase, it's all skinny white girls.
Exactly,
who are 20.
and saying it in a nice way, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what we're trying to do is basically bring more inclusivity to the whole experience for the consumer.
Yeah, we have a mission to radically improve the quality of medical diagnostics using AI.
Our mission with the Next Closet is to end the systematic overproduction of textile companies. We really believe there is enough in the world, enough clothing in the world for each of us to wear something new every day. So with the Next Closet, we inspire and enable people to share their closets and to invest in resale, to reuse what is already there.
We say our mission is that we lead the movement to more livable cities. And it has multiple layers. I think first of all, leading because we are the first product as a service or bicycle as a service that operates in Europe at such a scale. So we are leading this movement of a new way of doing business. And second of all, we just not want to be the first, we also want to remain the biggest. So we want to be the best in the world in this.
I think we would really like to just build on what we started doing, which was all about enabling creativity. So one thing that I think we're pretty good at is ensuring that in 2009, it was about getting your work from A to B, from your client to your customer, or from your mum to your dad. Today, it's about developing tools, inspiration, different platforms to be able to build on that creative process.
So with Swipe Guides, people can crowdsource the way that you capture how to do things in a physical environment, turn that into smart, I would say, instructions in our apps, and use that to improve performances within a manufacturing environment. And the way that we do that is quite differently. So we enable the crowdsourcing of that knowledge.
When do you consider your project a success?
The easy answer is world peace, but
The harder answer maybe.
Well, as an entrepreneur, I think you're never satisfied, right? So success, what does it mean? I mean, you're never done.
I don't think it will ever be a success.
Why not?
Because I don't know how you feel today, but I feel like if I've just about mastered something, it's already changed. We're doing pretty good. Don't get me wrong, WeTransfer is successful to some degree, but there's so much more for us to do.
How do we ensure that our product is not just technically accurate or stuff like that, but actually something that people can use in their daily practice? And I think if people give us feedback that that is indeed the case, and our software makes their lives easier and better and actually helps catching cancer earlier and thereby improving the chances for those people, that's what I see as success.
I think if we produce a very significant part of the global meat production with our production process, so that will be that will take a couple of years.
we want to establish a market for ethical electronics to motivate the rest of the industry to take their responsibility as well.
Well, I think success is when we become a sustainable, both an ecological and financially sustainable company.
If we establish that market, if people literally think about sustainability or ethics the moment they buy their electronics, then I think we're quite a big step further.
When more and more cities recognize that cycling is the solution of making the cities more livable, and that the let's say the infrastructure and the field is, let's say, created for concepts like swap feeds to be successful in the cities. If that like snowball effect that's starting already right now, and during COVID a lot of investments have been made by several European and global cities in biking infrastructure because they see it as a solution for a lot of problems. If that snowball effect continues and grows and enables concepts like swap feeds, yeah, I think that's a success.
Have you ever cried about your project?
No, I don't think I've ever cried. I have had some sleepless nights though about it.
About my, absolutely.
Yes? What about? Can you remember?
Ooh, I cried, I think, when I had to let a lot of people go last year in the COVID crisis.
In what way?
Both.
Both.
Sad or happy tears?
Yeah, of course.
Yes?
Yeah.
Which one more?
Happiness.
No, and I think probably if you do that, I mean everybody's there, but if I would do that, I think then you're also taking it too seriously, because it doesn't help, right?
Have you ever cried about your business?
No.
Or happy tears?
The last thing I cried at was Eurovision, the film with Will Ferrell.
Eurovision?
Yeah.
That's a movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't
Haven't
seen
seen
it.
it?
Is it good?
No.
Oh.
You are not the company. Maybe that's the point I'm trying to make. Like you're not. My identity is not the company, and in the end, it's we try our best and we do our best, but I don't think it's worth crying for.
I don't know, it was in 2016 and we already had 2 years of startup life, which sounds romantic, but it's also a lot of work with very high risk and very few return. But the 1,000 member was really a milestone, and it was really something that we were still so small and people were helping out friends and family. My dad was there, my girlfriend was there to hand out the bikes, and there was just popping that bottle and celebrating that with 1,000 member. There was something like, wow, this is really awesome, and I think that's still in my mind. Yeah.
If I work too much, then after a couple of weeks I just crash and I can't keep it up. And so, if it's something that I can't do, I can't ask anyone else to do that either.